Ululy.
This poem is titled Your Box.
Sequel.
When people
Put him in a coffin, brother.
When people look at me and ask me where I'm from, I affirm my otherness by saying I was born in the United States, but I'm Puerto Rican. I may not say it the way they say it on the island, and the sound of my Spanish may be different than the mother tongue, but they understand my coconut and mango eating ways, even if I live in the Bronx. When I hear salsa, my body moves to indigenous rhythms, and the smell of rice, beans, and pork can cause me to suspend my vegetarian ways. The summer sun puts a smile on my face, and the beach makes me feel at home. But I'm American. I just don't fit in your box. If you can expand your definition of American to include my experience, then we have an understanding. The police stopped my car for no reason. Why? I grew up and still live amongst urban inner city poverty. Know what it is to go without food. Exposed to drug addiction and drug selling as a kid, and was taught that violence was necessary to resolve disputes. My teachers didn't expect much of me, and social promotion was how I got through public school. I have no criminal record. The car I drive wasn't paid by drug money. My degree is not a forgery, and I'm no one's statistic. I just don't fit in your box. If you can expand your definition of law-abiding citizen to include my experience, then we have an understanding. I grew up watching men abuse and cheat on my mom. There were times when my relatives had to intervene by force to protect her. But then she would turn around and accept the abuser back into her life. She would give everything to men who did not know what the meaning of love is. I could have followed the example of these men by using charm, lies, and deception to juggle multiple relationships with different women. But the pain and tears of my mother taught me that honesty and loyalty are less complicated and easier to manage. I just don't fit in your box. If you can expand your definition of relationship to include my monogamous experience, then we have an understanding. Reading and a university education twisted my ghetto tongue and forced standardized English into my vocabulary. In the hood, my people called me a sellout, said I was talking white. Even though I was defending my people from being attacked by students whose understanding of urban poverty came from media reports depicting my community as caged animals with a genetic predisposition for crime. Education didn't diminish who I am, I just don't fit in your box. If you can expand your definition of cool to include my experience, then we have an understanding. I live in the grip of an internal struggle. When I taste the freedom of living in the moment, fear stalks me and shackles me to memories I can no longer engage. I have the tools that I need to do anything I want in this world, but the boundaries my mind places on my vision keep me from moving forward. So I decided to wage the final battle and confront the demons of my mind, so that I could become the person I most deeply want to be. By leaving behind the limitations I've allowed my mind to impose on me, I hope to know my way, like a bee knows its way to a flower. Because I just don't fit in the box of my mind. And if I can expand my vision of freedom, then I too might finally have an understanding.